All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matt Fessler. I'm the Associate Dean of Enrollment here at Hudson County Community College. And I want to welcome you to our live virtual information session, which is on our construction management program today. So I'm actually not your main presenter. I am more of a host today, and I have two great presenters with us, and they're actually two professors of the program. At this time, I'm going to ask them to turn on their microphones and cameras. And while they're doing that, I do want to let you know that you can actually ask questions today. There's a Q&A chat box you should see on the right-hand side where you can actually type in questions throughout the presentation. So please, we encourage you to ask questions today. And at the very end of the presentation, we will actually answer those questions live at the very end. So again, I am not your main presenter. I will be on at the very end to go over some enrollment information, but at this time, I'm going to hand it off to our two presenters, and I'll allow them to introduce themselves.
Okay. Welcome everyone. This is Dr. Azhar Mahmood, and I am the coordinator for construction management program here at Hudson County Community College. And with me, I have Professor Raja. He is one of our distinguished professor of construction management. Okay. So in the start, I will be giving a 5-6 minute my presentation, and then we will be more than happy to take your question. If it is a management related, I will be taking. If it is more technical, Professor Raja will be taking, because he is actually a professor of construction management. So welcome. Professor Raja, you want to introduce yourself, please?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to attend the live session of to introduce the construction management live. So I would be looking after the entire question answer sessions of technical nature. If you have any questions related to the construction management courses, any type of courses, I would be answering those questions. And Professor Mahmood is going to answer you the administration questions. Okay. And feel free to ask any question, because we are here to support you. We are here to support this program. Okay, hand it over to Dr. Mahmood.
Yes, welcome. Thank you very much, Professor Raja. So, Dean Matthew, can I start my presentation?
Thank you. Yes, please do.
Sure. Thank you very much. So welcome everyone to our virtual session on construction management. And it will be a short description about our program, about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we will be taking your question. And if you have any question, we will be more than happy to ask and to answer it. Now, construction, if you see overall American infrastructure, so it is old and it is crumbling. It needs to be revamped. If you look around all the bridges around New York, New Jersey area, Brooklyn Bridge that was built in 1883, George Washington Bridge that was built in 1931, Holland Tunnel that was built in 1927, Lincoln Tunnel built was 1937. So most of our infrastructure is either close to 100 years or more than that. So American Society of Civil Engineers, they every 4 years they inspect the American infrastructure and they issue a report card. So in their last analysis of the American infrastructure, and they issued a report, and that was in 2017, and they give overall grade of D+ to American infrastructure. So you can see what is the condition of our infrastructure is. Technically, every fourth bridge in United States is structurally deficit and it need to be revamped. 65% of our roads infrastructure is below specification. So there is a great demand of construction activities. So it is an estimate that more than $3.6 trillion need to be invested in infrastructure of the America to rebuild it. Now, if we look in our neighborhood, there are a lot of pipe projects which are in the pipeline. One of them is the Gateway Tunnel. That will be Port Authority project. So new tunnel between New York and New Jersey. So that is a $30 billion project, and that is in the pipeline, and it can be started very soon. Another project is which is a Port Authority bus terminal. That is a $10 billion project. That is also in the pipeline. Now, ongoing projects, if we look around, our is $10 billion JFK airport project that is in the developmental stages. Work is going on. $8 billion LaGuardia airport, and there are other projects. Recently, you have seen that like Gothel Bridge has been upgraded. So there are a lot of projects which are going on and which are designing stage and or which are in the work is going on. However, if we see the qualified people in the construction industry, there is a shortage of qualified people in the construction industry. The reason is this, that the new generation millennial and these all new people, they are more interested in computers, in apps, in softwares, in management, in all these activities. So like traditional field in which a person has to go to field and he has to work on the field, there is a shortage. There is no trend towards that. So that has created a shortage of qualified people in the construction industry. So looking into the demand of qualified people in the construction industry, Hudson County Community College started its associate program in construction management. Now, construction manager, let me explain you slightly what is a construction manager. Now, every construction project need more than one construction managers. Now, responsibility of the construction manager is that he is the coordinator. Whenever there is a construction project, there are different teams which are working on those projects, and needs to be coordinated with each other. And they have to be timeline in which time this team will work. And once that team finishes work, then the new team has to come. So all this coordination work is done by the construction manager. So he is the interface between different teams, between architects, between engineers, and between the owners. So he is basically a coordinator of the construction project. Now, typical work which he need to do is that he is basically, can we move to the next screen, please? Okay. Dean Matthew, can we move to the next one? Okay. Now, if you see typical projects involved, which he has to do is he has to review plans, that he has to make sure that he communicates the plans to the different teams who are working on it. And then he has to make sure that the work done by the team, all the team people are under the compliance. It is in compliance to the specification. Then lot of time he has to do testing. When the work is done, he has to make test the work, whether it is in the specification or not. Now, if there is any violation issue, he has to issue violation issue. If the state government or city government has any issue with that project, so they will issue a notice, and that will become to the construction manager. Beside that, he has to do the logbook. So when different teams are working, he has to make sure work is done according to specification. At the end of the work, required testing is done, and during the work, right material has been used. So he keep track of every single activity, document it, and make a logbook for that. So he's the responsible for all these work in the construction industry. Okay. So please, can we move on to the next, please? Okay. Now, as I was explaining, construction management is a 2-year associate program. It is a 60 credit program. And now one more thing is that, as you see, plumbers. So plumbers, after the training, they have to need license. So like licensed plumber, licensed electrician. Similarly, like nurses or doctors, when they have to, after the school, they cannot work right away in the field. They need license. So construction industry is also going to be regulated. So people need licensing in that. So now construction manager, after 2 years of the program, he is fully trained to take any type of licensing exam. There is a NICET certification which is required by most of the companies. So construction manager who qualified from our program, who graduate from our program, he is fully trained to give any type of licensing exam. Okay. So now please, I can move next, please. Okay. Now, program, what we teach, it is a 60 credit program, and in our program we have courses, different courses. So I can, if you are interested, I will be more than happy to send you our complete brochure. But overall, our coursework includes fundamental of concrete and masonry. So construction managers has to know all the details of the construction work, concrete and all these things. Then he should be familiar with fundamental of construction processes, what type of materials are used, what type of testing is done, and what are the different procedures involved in the construction process. So he has to be familiar with all these things, and we teach these in our program. Then all the codes, plumbing, electrical, building codes, he should be familiar with all. So we teach all these construction codes in our program. Then he should be, construction manager should be expert in introduction to reading the blueprints, to read the maps and to communicate the blueprint readings to the teams, because he has to make sure, he is the responsible person to make sure work is done according to specification and according to the plan. So he should be able to read in the blueprints and drawings. So we also teach this program. Then the legal issues in the construction, he should be familiar what legal issues are involved, safety issue, environmental issue, and all the legal issues involved in construction industry. Then structural inspection, we also have a course on structural inspection, and beside that, basic math, algebra and geometry, what is needed by a construction manager in his day-to-day work, that we also cover in our program. Now, Dean Matthew, can we move to next, please? Now, as far as a job is concerned, construction manager has to go into the field, and mostly the field work pay good salary. The salary package is always good in the field work. So according to the United States Bureau of Labor Statistics, there is a good demand from 2018 to 2028. There is about 10% annual growth in the demand for construction managers. And the median annual salary for a construction manager, that is around 95,000. Median annual salary mean if a construction manager has 4, 5, 6 years of experience. Okay, but obviously when they start, they cannot expect right away 95. Entry level, easily 50, 60, they can start at 50, 60, okay, and then they can go up. And the top 10%, over 150, 160, and depending upon the experience and responsibilities, so there is no limit, they can move up, okay. Yes, Dimit, next. Now, construction manager, what type of students can come, or what type of people? Yes, it's open to everyone, okay, who can work in the field. So it's good for the fresh graduates who graduate from the high school or who have completed one degree in the associate program, community college, but he want to move to another degree. So fresh graduates, they are most welcome. We have a lot of fresh graduates in our program. Then it is good for the people who are already in the construction industry, because there are people like, if it is a plumber, whole of life he is doing plumbing work, but if he want to step up and want to be in a management position and he want to grow, so this is also a program for him also to grow internally in the construction industry. Then because of COVID-19, all these, there are layoffs, jobs, businesses are closing. So if there is a person who want to change their profession or want to explore a new field, so that is also good. Construction management program is applicable to him also. And veterans, lot of veterans are coming from overseas from the jobs, and now veterans, once they come, they need quickly some sort of a training program so they can become quickly productive member of the society. So it is also open for the veterans, especially because veterans are hard and tough, so if they can handle more challenging jobs in the industry, so that is also good for them. So all these different, it is compatible to every wide field, to a wide variety of people, and especially there is a shortage of women. There are really shortage of women workers in the construction industry. So if there is any woman who is interested in coming to the construction business or construction industry, it is very, it's a good opportunity for the female students or who want to get into the construction industry. Okay. Next, please. Okay, so this was my small introduction about our construction management program, and this is a picture of a typical construction manager, how he is working in the field. So he is basically coordinating, managing, and overall custodian of the project. And the next picture is about a small, next one is, this is Next, this is about our typical program at Hudson County Community College. So it's like a very well knitted program. So it's like students are working together, talking with the faculty members, working together in the small projects, discussion, interaction, assignment. We are planning to have internship with the different industries. So when the students graduate from our program, they are very familiar what's the field work is, and they can very quickly can be assimilated into the workforce. Now a lot of people, if they want to, we have the graduates who have associate degree and now they want to go for a 4-year product program. Now we have an articulation agreement with Fairleigh Dickinson University. So here in our program, we offer about 50, this is a 60 credit program. So out of 60 credit, 52 credits can be transferred towards bachelor's degree. So bachelor's degree overall need 120 credits to get the 4-year degree. But out of those 52 can be transferred from the associate program. That is one thing. And the second thing is, in student who graduate from here go to FDU, Fairleigh Dickinson University, they will be getting 40% reduction in tuition. So they will be a 40% subsidized tuition for them. Okay. So that is overall a small introduction about our program and about overall field of construction management. So I will be more than happy to take your questions. And if you have any other question, please feel free to email me or Professor Raja. So we will be more than happy, always 24/7 to take your input. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. Very much appreciated. Could I have you mute yourself just so there's no echo on? I'm getting a little bit of an echo on.
Who, me, myself?
Yes, just so as I was getting a little bit of a feedback.
Okay, so my introduction. Right?
No. I was saying that if you could just mute yourself while I go through the enrollment information.
Okay, sure. I am muting.
Yeah, perfect. Just because I was getting a little bit of feedback. Thank you. Thank you for the overview. And I want to encourage you. There's that Q&A section that should be on the right-hand side. Start putting your questions in there. We're going to be going through those live any moment. So start if you have any questions or anything you're wondering about or any of the information I'm about to cover, which only will take a few minutes. I just want to briefly talk about enrollment, but start putting your questions in there, and we're going to actually answer those live at the end. So here's just briefly, I have, let me go to the next slide here. Up here on the screen, I have two different separate slides. There's one on the left, and then there's new student registration on the right. I know it's a lot of information. I do want to say, if you do have any questions whatsoever at the end of this presentation, you can always email admissions@hcc.edu. That's admissions@hccc.edu. And we'll be happy to help you. And that includes any questions about the construction management program or anything like that. We'll get you in touch with the right people to speak to. I'm not sure why it keeps moving forward, so I apologize that I have to keep going back. But I do want to let you know that our students right now are registering remotely. We have plenty of students on the left-hand side. You can see how it's broken down into veterans, online self-registration. That would be only if you're a current student and you're eligible to at least take English 101. But you can see there, we do have appointments that students can make with advisors remotely to register. And there's a link there, which is the calendly.com/Hudson, and that's CASS at the end. And all these links, if you email admissions@hcc.edu, like I said, we can absolutely get you connected and set up with the links that you need to register. If you're a non-matric or visiting student for any reason today, we have an individual named Celestine Mabea that can help you register for classes. Some of you may be new students and you need to do testing. We do have remote testing available. If you go to hccc.edu/remote placement, you can check out the options that you have for placement options. This is just a quick overview. I have some of the department contacts there at the bottom. Again, I apologize. I don't know why it keeps switching the screen on me. It must be on a timer or something, so I do apologize about that. But all of our contact information is there on the left-hand side of the screen. And on the right-hand side, if you are a new student with us today, you can see in 3 easy steps how easily you can apply to Hudson County Community College. If you go to hec.edu/apply, you can apply today and you can use the promo code HC3. That's capital H, capital C, and the number 3, and that will waive the $25 application fee. So definitely take advantage of that if you haven't applied already. I mentioned the remote placement options and then the registering for classes as well, which is the same one, the calendly.com/Hudson, CASS. And that is where you will go to actually meet with an advisor remotely, and they will help you register for your classes. Now, we do have by appointment. We are slowly starting to open our campus now, and that is by appointment only. If that is something that interests you, you can email admissions@hec.edu, and we can provide you the link to set up an appointment. With that being said, we are encouraging students to do everything remotely as much as possible. On this slide, what I have here is just some more useful links for you. I mentioned the remote placement link, hec.edu/remote placement. All of our remote services can be found at hec.edu/remote services. So if you go there, they will actually download a PDF of all of our remote services that we have available. And then if you're interested about what our return to campus is and what our plan is, you can go to hec.edu/return to campus. We are putting updates on there every day, every week. So if you want to know how classes will be run and what options you'll have, that will all be on the hec.edu/return to campus. The one last thing, because I'm sure everyone's going crazy with my screen going back and forth on the slides, the enrollment guide. If there's anything I can plug today for you to take with you, it's the enrollment guide. If you go to hec.edu/enrollment guide, that will download a PDF version of our full enrollment guide, and everything you need for enrollment is in there. Everything you need for dates, payment deadlines, how to make payments, financial aid, remote services, everything is in there. So hccc.edu/enrollment guide. So with that being said, we're gonna open it up to questions now. So I'm actually going to stop sharing my screen at the moment. And I'll ask our 2 professors as we speak, we turn our microphones on and off just so we can watch the feedback and stuff when one of us is speaking. But I know we do have some questions here. Okay, so the first question I have here, if someone were to stay with an associate, just let's say they just have the associate, what are the chances of someone getting a job with an associate's degree if they would not go further and get a bachelor's?
Yes, Professor Raja, you can take it.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go. We lost you for a second.
Okay. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. This is a good question. In fact, there are a number of questions. Even the students who are graduated from present courses, they come back and ask this question from me. So the simple answer is, if you stay as associate, you are the one who is going to bridge the gap between the supervisor and an engineer. We want more associates. We want more technicians. We want more managers to bridge those gaps. So you are the right person. In fact, we don't want the higher degrees. We want the right person with the right degree at the right time. So keep this degree with you, and you have all the prospects to go into the system. Keep this degree, and you will be getting more than 100K. And there are so many students who are already graduated. They do not have the bachelor's degree, they do not have the master's degree, but still, with the associate degree, they are making 135K. So just get the experience, get the relevant education, and stay as a bridge, because you are the persons who are going to bridge the industrial gap. I hope I am correct.
Great, thank you. So the next question I have here, is there a correlation to land developer role?
Yes. When we talk about, there is a complete, survey course we offer. When we talk about the survey, and that we talk about the different instrument, the use of those instrument, and basically the use of those instrument are for the land developers. You are the one, when you take over the course as a surveyor, okay, you go into the ground and you survey you level the ground, okay, then the construction activities starts, okay. Another example, if you go for the construction of the road, construction of the bridges, land development, anything whatsoever is related to the construction industry starts from the survey. That is the first step. That is the first person who is going to move into the ground, level the ground, survey the ground, mark the areas, and then the construction activities. So you are the one who is basically needed by the developers. Developers have the person, the technical person, but they have less people for on these courses, the survey courses, how to handle the theodolites, how to level the grounds. So we want this, and this is a this course gives you a wide range of surveying equipment and practical experience on ground, because this time we are planning to move out on the ground and carry out a small survey camp. We can move out and we can come back to the college towards the end of the class. So you will practically be having field experience when you are on ground. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you. A question that just came in, I will go back because I know there was a few others before this, but what skills are essential to be a construction manager?
I think this is a very nice question. All those who are attending this class, they are potential construction managers because you have the skill, you have the interest. That's the reason you are sitting in front of the laptop. So if you have the interest, and if you have the dedications, if you have the leadership qualities, if you can, gather few people, command them, direct them, so you are having all the characteristics to be a construction manager in the field. Because we want people who can guide other people. We want people who can lead a team. We want basically to bridge that particular gap. We need leadership. So this course is going to lead you towards that side. This course is going to give you the direction to lead a team, of the skilled person, not to lead a team of non-skilled person. No, you are going to have a persons who are already qualified in their own field. For example, the plumber, the carpenters, okay, the surveyors. So these all are going to be under you. And as a construction manager, you are going to lead. Thank you.
Great. So the next question I have here, and this interesting question, what are the states with the highest demand for construction managers? I'm just going to say off the top of my head, it seems like New Jersey, because Jersey City and I see construction everywhere we go.
Okay. Dr. Mahmood, you want to take it?
Professor Javed, you can take it because you are a field person. So Professor Javed is working with over 25 years of field experience, so he can give better.
Thank you, sir. So let me take on these questions. Yes. I will not go very back. I'll go just a couple of months before. Okay. When this all, situations arise, pandemic and, lockdown, everything was locked down during these 3 to 4 months, except construction industry. So we were the one who was out on the highways, on the bridges, on the residential areas, everywhere. So just imagine the demand of the skilled person, demand of the right person for the right job. So this industry, New Jersey, the maximum demand is for the construction manager. You can just move around and you can see everywhere is construction. Everywhere is construction activities, and rest entire New Jersey is stopped. So this is the how the things you can just analyze it, you can just see, and you can come back because this is the right time to take the right decision. We encourage you. This is the right time and the right field, and this is not going to, you repent. This is how you are going to gain the experience. Thank you, sir.
And Professor Dean Matthew, I would like to add also that its demand of construction manager is all over the nation. Okay, because our infrastructure is all over the nation, which need to be rebuilt. Yes, it needs. But specifically talking about Northeast, which is more densely populated and which was built, long ago. So there is a more demand. Okay, quantitatively in this Northeast, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Virginia, all these areas. And in reference to previous program, who can come into this? Basically, high school graduate. So if a high school diploma someone has, he can join the program. And if there is any shortage, deficiency in his previous education, we have the professors like Professor Raja and all our faculty members. They really work hard with the students. If there is any gap or learning, they have weakness in math or geometry or basic science, don't worry at all. We have the dedicated faculty who will work with the students and will try their best to fill their gaps.
Great, thank you both. So the next question I have here, this looks like kind of a specific situation, but the student is asking, I'm currently 2 classes shy of graduating with a degree in applied science for civil engineering. They're asking what additional classes would they need to get an AAS for construction management, and could they obtain both degrees?
Yes. Okay. Hi. Dean Matthew, we have a brochure. Actually, if student can can contact me through the email, so I will be more than happy to send the brochure. Basically, we have 8 courses for construction management. So it is our 60 credit program. So out of 60 credit, there are 21 credits are of general education. And after that, we have 8 courses which are specific to the construction manager. So if a program student is already graduating in a science program, so he needs to do 8 additional courses to get to the construction management. Okay. 8 other courses, and we offer 4 courses in the fall semester and 4 in the spring. So in one academic year, a student can graduate. And if he takes summer, then of course we have an independent study project, so he can graduate before a year if we take independent study summer classes. Okay. But if there is any specific program question, I can send the brochure of our construction management, and it has all the courses which a student has to take for construction management, and it's mentioned in it.
Great, thank you. And again, if the easiest way to get in contact with us, I'm just so it's a straightforward email address. If you email admissions@hcc.edu, we'll make sure to get you the professor's contact information or any other information that you might need. So don't hesitate to email admissions@hcc.edu, and we'll get you connected to both of the professors with us today. So another question I have here, when getting the associate in construction management, what type of license do you get, as you mentioned earlier?
Okay, sir, I can take on this. if you go through the courses, the course contents, okay, we are offering you the construction course. When you go into the detail of construction course, we are focused to obtain the certifications of OSHA 10 hours and 30 hours, because our courses are very, very rich. Our course contents are too rich. They cover OSHA 10 hours, OSHA 30 hours in detail. Okay, so this is one. You can take that course and you can go back and you can get the certification in OSHA 10 and 30 hours. On the other side, if you come for the construction material and the testing procedures, it covers the entire, which is NICET 1, 2, and 3. When I talk about the NICET, it is again the concrete, soil, road construction, and everything. So you can get any certification at any time after going through this course. Moreover, you can get a certification in TCC, which is a traffic control coordinator, because we give you the detailed information how to put on the safety on the highways. What is the work zone? How you work during day hours, how you work during night hours. So you can get a certification which is recognized by the Rutgers University. So you can go back, you can get that certification, you can sit in the exam, and you can pass. Because our courses are too rich, too rich. Okay, that's the reason we are very comfortable and we are very sure to offer you. We can even challenge. When you go through this course, you can go through any certifications in United States. Even you can go for ACI certification. You can go for ASTM testing machine. You can go for anything. Okay, so we are very confident and we are very sure our course contents are too rich, too rich. So you can easily pass all those certifications which are demanded by the different consultant and the contract. Thank you.
And I just want to add there, you're getting that excellent content also at a very reduced cost. So you're getting this very high quality content for a cost of $149 a credit, which is significantly lower than some of the four-year institutions within Hudson County, within New Jersey in general. So on average, a student that attends a community college will save around $20,000 if they continue on to get their bachelor's degree. So we're providing that very, high quality, excellent academic content, but at a reduced cost. So that's just something I wanted to add as a side note there. So I have somebody here, they quote that they graduated from Rutgers last year, and they are interested in the construction management program. Although not exactly the same, they said they have completed around 20 projects in either fix or flip or buy and hold of real estate as rental. They say they do this under their LLC as a sole member. My interest in this program is to get a better understanding of the development side and planning. So I guess the question is, will they get a better understanding side of the development and planning if they go into the construction management program?
Okay, thank you. This is a very, I think, practical question. And here I'm very open to say this thing that Rutgers, they just started the construction management. And we are the one who taken the lead in the construction management. So just imagine they are still, they are growing in construction management, but we are already far ahead from Rutgers University. So this is the very, positive thing on a Hudson Community College. So coming on to the course, you want a link up, you want to be facilitated. As I told you, the construction course, this is one of the course, basically, which gives you everything. It gives you the rules and regulations, how to survive in the real estate industry, or how to survive in the LLC, because it's going to give you the rules, regulation. Okay, and I can bet there are so many engineers who do not know what are codes and what are, how many codes are there in the construction industry. But we are going to let you know how many courses are, and how you are going to use, and what time you are going to use, and what are the good points of those courses, and what are the bad points of those courses. You know, after graduating from this course, you will be exactly knowing, okay, what to do if you are whether going into the real estate, other whether you are going to open your own company, whether you are going to go for any other thing. Because our course content, again I am repeating these words, our course contents are too rich. Okay, so it's going to give you everything what you want, what you are looking for. Thank you.
All right, so at this point, I don't see any other questions. Let me just give it a minute if there's anyone else that wants to put anything else in. Jamie, I got your message about the email. Give me just 1 second and I will make sure I get that for you, okay? We'll give it another 30 seconds to a minute, and if anyone has any other questions. All right, Jamie, I did resend that email address to you, so you should have it now. All right, it looks like at this point I don't see any other questions. Oh, here's one. What is the graduate rate?
Dr. Mahmood.
Yes. When we started our program, our program was started in fall of 2017, and our first batch of 3 students, they graduated in 2019, in spring of 2019. And that is our first batch of 3 students, and by chance they were all female students. And after that, we have 7 more students. They are graduating. So this semester, because last year we couldn't have our commencement because of the coronavirus issue. So they will be graduating it. So altogether from 7 plus 10 graduates we already. Success rate, all our students who start the program, they are in different stages of completing the degree. Okay, many of our people, they come from the field, so they cannot very quickly, so they take 2 course 3 course at a time, or 1 course or 2 course. But success rate is almost all the students who enroll, hardly anyone leave, they continue the program.
And I think that is a good point to make, that this is also a relatively newer program at Hudson County
Yes,
Community
that is
College.
right.
Do you remember what year it started? Was it last year or was it the previous year?
We started in fall of 2017.
17. Okay.
Fall of 2017. Overall, right now we have about 74 students registered in the program. And out of these, 15 students are taking, about 14 or 15 students are taking construction management courses. The rest of about 55 students, they are just completing the prerequisite, like general education courses. They are completing general education courses. They haven't registered for construction management. But about 15 students, they are registered in the construction management. So they will be.
All right, great. All right, I'm going to give everyone, if you have any other questions, we'll give you another 30 seconds. If you have any, please put them, you can, at this point, you can put them in either the chat box or the Q&A box. I'll give it another 30 seconds and we'll, otherwise we'll wrap it up in a moment. Okay, so here's a question. Does the school supply assistance with obtaining the licensing, and what is the average cost of these licenses?
Okay, I can take on the answer. Yes, we have our intention to start to give you the preparatory classes for your license. This is a new system, there's new classes, there's new semesters. So we are gradually, expanding our construction management, rules and regulations. So we are going to assist, and we have been assisting our students, okay, to obtain different license. For example, I can give you the example of NICET 1, 2, 3 for the concrete. So those students, they came back for the question answers, how to carry out the concrete testing. Let me know. Okay, so we brief them, we explain them, we take them to the lab, and we tell them that this is how the testing is carried out, and you have to keep all these things in your mind. For example, the other example is the slum test. So there are so many questions on slum test of the concrete. So we always tell them that this is how you are going to be asked in NICET 1 and 2 certification. So prepare yourself accordingly. So that's the reason during the course, we keep on, teaching them, we keep on directing them, we keep on educating them how to obtain the license. So this is basically two in one. One time you are going to get your degree, and the other, as soon as you are going to complete your degree, you are eligible to sit in the licensing exam. Thank you.
I think it was the question how much it cost to take licensing exams was.
Yeah, it was a combination of both. Do we provide assistance with licensing? And then the
Okay.
second part of it was what's the average cost of these licenses?
Yes, that can be verified by the student. I think NICET certification, couple of $100 like as to sit in the exam. But I am not aware of exactly how much it costs these tests. Okay, but couple of hundred is just like not very huge to give licensing exams.
I can put it basically. The NICET certification requires $426 for one certification. So it depends how you move on. Certification for 1, 2, and 3. All three are different. Okay. So minimum is $426 for one certification. Thank you.
So I do see some individuals asking about the brochure. The easiest way, again, if you could email admissions@hcc.edu. I'll put it in the chat group to everyone. Email admissions@hcc.edu, and we'll make sure we get you that information. That's the easiest way to do this instead of individually sending it out. So if you could email us there, if you're interested in that brochure, we will make sure we get you the information. And then if there's any other follow-up questions, we'll make sure those get answered as well.
Okay. Yes, Dean Matthew, I would like to add also that if any student want to see our program and visit us, you are more than welcome. So just like is email to admissions, and they will forward me the email to me, and we will be more than happy to receive you. You can sit in our classes. I can show you our labs about our program. If you have any question, talk to other students in the program. So just enjoy, look about our program before if you want to decide anything. So you're always welcome.
Wonderful. So at this time, I don't see any other questions. At this time, I think we'll wrap it up. I want to thank Professor Mahmood and Professor Javid. Thank you so much for being here with us today. The information you provided was excellent. I even learned something today. So I do appreciate it and all the information you provided. And I want to thank all the students that joined us today for all your questions and sitting with us today on a Thursday afternoon to learn about our construction management program. We certainly hope to hear from you. I do want to let you know there's still plenty of time to enroll in our fall 2020 term. Again, email admissions@hec.edu if you need any help with enrollment. We can certainly help you do that remotely. And like I said, we are allowing individualized in-person appointments, but you have to set up an appointment, and we can provide you the link to do that if you email our admissions inbox. So thank you, everyone. Professor Mahmood, Professor Javid, I don't know if you have anything you want to say before we leave.
No, thank you very much, students. Most welcome. And as I was mentioning, if you want to visit our campus or our program, you're always welcome. Reach to the admissions department. They will forward me the email. I will be receiving you, and we will be more than happy. Professor Javed, you have something to say? Something?
I just want to say thank you very much for the entire group and for the patients hearing. And I can give you the surety. The construction is the only way to survive the times to come. So the decision lies on you. You are the best judge. You can judge it, you can analyze it, and you can come back to it, because our doors are 24/7 open for our students. And we are very pleased to welcome you. Think over it and come back to us. Join us. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, everyone. Everyone stay safe and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Take care.
Thank you very much. So nice. Appreciate Dean Matthews. So nice for coordinating all these events. Excellent.
Of course. Happy to be here.
My player.
Take
so
care.
nice. Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Sure.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.